You guys hear me talk about goal setting all the time, and I simply break it down into three simple things to focus on when it comes to creating and achieving success at your goals. One, clarity. Be as detailed as possible. Two, have that deep rooted why. You have to know why you want to have that goal, right? And three, it's who do you have to become? I'm going to break it down for you in reverse engineering, right? So we're going to talk about three, two, and then one, because when I talk about one at the very end, this, fingers crossed, is going to be that golden nugget for you to just make it so crystal clear, okay? So for starters, three, who do you have to become? And that's honestly where you want to really just have fun with it, like a kid's imagination, visualize. Who is it that you look like, feel like, like everything like that. Energy levels. What is this person doing? What are they thinking about? What are their habits? You want to get that all mapped out, right? Who is it that you have to become, right? Let's say your goal is you want to lose 100 pounds, right? Pretty sure the version of yourself that's less than 100 pounds than currently what it is today probably has more energy, probably has more confidence. Maybe they're fitting into their favorite clothes, or maybe they have to spend all this money on all these new clothes because they don't fit into the ones that they currently have right now that's too big on them, right? So map all that out. Maybe this person is, have a routine where they're, maybe waking up and they're going for a walk, or they're drinking plenty of water throughout the day, or getting their sleep in, and maybe they're not up late just aimlessly on social media or playing video games, whatever the case may be. It's a routine. There's something about this person. They're working out, they're eating healthy. There's something significant about them, right? That you're not doing today. Hence why you're 100 pounds overweight. So that's the third thing, right? Is who do you have to become? Map all that out. The second thing is that deep-rooted why. And the easiest way that I can share with you guys what that means is by using this analogy that works time and time again for our coaching members is think about planting a tree. You're planting a tree, and at the end of the day, you have this tree, branches are popping out, everything like that. But it's what's underneath the tree. It's what's underneath the soil, right? What's underneath the ground, that root system. And I'll put it to you like this. If there's no deep roots, if there's a storm, right, maybe it's high winds, maybe it's, hail or snow, that tree's going to fall down. Well, think about it. If for you trying to lose 100 pounds, if let's just say like it's a cold winter day and you don't feel like working out, or all your friends are going out to eat and, you got all this food, it's a buffet, whatever, or, you want to go watch a sports game, right, drink some beer, whatever the case may be, temptation, just something that's taking you off your path where you like feeling, you want to go back to your old ways, it's very easy for you to do so, right? It's very easy for you to get tempted and start feeding the bad wolf over and over and over again. But if let's say you want to lose 100 pounds, right? But you also want to get off your medications. You also want to look good with your shirt off. You also want to lead better by example for your family. You want to live longer. You want to one day, potentially years down the road, be that in shape, fit grandfather that's doing push-ups and sit-ups with his grandkids. Something like that. That's deep rooted. Now, when it's a cold winter day and you have a deep rooted why, not a surface level, not just the tree, but actually these roots that go underneath the surface, it's easier to stay disciplined through the hard times, to wake up, brush the snow off your car, and get the ball rolling, and get to the gym. But I really want to talk about the first thing. And this is why I saved it for last, because I think this is going to help you out tremendously. So the past several months, honestly, I've been doing these one-on-one personal calls with one of our members, and I'm just really helping him who was in at the time, right, a very hard mental state. A lot of depression, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. And we've been focusing twice a week and just working on that, these personal calls, going over his mindset. And it's so inspiring to see because from where he was to where he is now, it's complete 180, a completely different person. And it's really, really empowering. It's inspiring and encouraging for not just me and the other coaches to see him go through this, but also the other members at Heartletics to see him, inside the community groups and whatnot. And we were talking about, mapping out this dream of like really defining that, the goals of where he's trying to get to, everything like this. And the answers that he was giving me was kind of surface level, kind of broad, which, hey, at the end of the day, like Maybe you have goals that are kind of broad. Hey, I just want to lose weight. I want to look good with my shirt off. That's fine, but I encourage you, get detailed. And the thing that I told him that was like that aha moment is what I'm about to tell you next, which hopefully really helps you out if you're just need some reassurance, So I told him, right, he lives in Washington State and I'm over here in, Ohio. And I said, hey, if you were trying to come meet me and you had to, put your GPS in your vehicle and come drive all the way over here to Ohio from Washington, what is going to get you a better chance of finding me? Putting just in your GPS Ohio or putting in my exact location, my address, And it was that aha moment for him where he's like, okay, I understand what you're saying. Details, clarity, right? Your mind is always going to get you to where you're trying to get to. But if you don't know where you're trying to get to or you just want to be very broad about it, remember, your mind can get you to Ohio. Ohio's pretty big, There's a lot of people here, And so it's just like, if you want to find me or find that location of where you're trying to get to, you want to put in the exact address, not just the state. And so when it comes to you defining your goals, don't just put in the state, put in the exact address. Where is it that you're trying to get to? And this is why we encourage our members, take some time, turn off your phone, turn off all social media and the news and whatnot, listen to some nice music on in the background, some melody or something like that, and just have a pen and paper and just think. Like this is why we love to focus on different mindset techniques like visualization and, breath work and, different things like that, because it helps you get more into an alignment of what your heart wants, not what your head wants. Because think about it, your head always is going to tell you, well, hey, I want money, I want to look good, I want this, surface level stuff. But when you follow your heart and listen to your heart, more opportunities are probably going to open up. And at the same time, you can probably realistically get crystal clear on what it is that you want. So I highly recommend break this up into categories, right? Health, wealth, relationships, career, and pinpoint on that, What would that look like for you? And be very, very crystal clear, be very, very specific, right? I have a 4-year-old son, all right? And so the analogy that I also gave to our member, when we were on this personal coaching call was, if you had to map out, your health and fitness goals, how would you look? How would you feel? Everything like that. And be crystal clear, detailed. If you had to write all that out and gave it to my son and he had to draw a picture, would that picture be clear? And that's a really good, explanation for you to kind of have, a little thought pattern here, process of thinking about your own goals. Hey, if let's say you had a little kid, right, a little toddler, and you gave him just, a 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 sentences, whatever, of what it is that you're trying to achieve within your health and fitness goals, would that be so crystal clear and detailed to the teep where that little toddler can draw a picture of that and that would look like you? Just something for you to think about. Your mind is always going to get you to where you're trying to get to. But at the end of the day, maybe you aren't programming it the right way possible. And maybe you got your goals, right? Maybe your goals was, I just want to have more energy. Well, hey, your mind's like, hey, you want more energy? Wake up, you got some energy, drink a cup of coffee, boom, you got some caffeine, you got more energy. But wouldn't it be more detailed if you're like, I want more energy all throughout the course of the day? I think that's more detailed than just having more energy. If let's say you want to lose 50 pounds, right? That's good. But I think in my opinion, that's a little bit too broad. I would map that out as, hey, I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to, be able to keep the weight off for the rest of my life. I want to have sustained energy. I want to get off my blood pressure medications. I want to have more confidence. And how is that confidence? Well, hey, I want to look better in these Facebook photos. I want to look better with, my appearance in the mirror. I want to fit in my old clothes. I want to have more, confidence, let's say, taking my shirt off in public, I would map all that out as crystal clear as possible. Because your mind is going to get you to where you're trying to get to. But so many times, we don't know where it is that we want to get to because we never spent that time soul searching, right? This is probably the best thing that I ever did in my life, honestly. Alan Watts, he's one of the philosophers that's out there way back in the day. He said something I listened to on YouTube, and it kind of shook me to the core a little bit, because it made me think. And anytime you start thinking, I promise you this, right? If it's thinking different thoughts, you're gonna have a whole different reality. And what I heard him say in this YouTube video was, if there was no such thing as money, what would you do? What would you want to do? If money was nothing, right? There was no such thing as money. It wasn't even a thing that existed. What would you want to do? And that's where I had to come to some soul searching, where it's like, yeah, put money aside. What do I want to do? What would I love to do every single day if I wasn't showing up for money? And guess what? That's where Heartletics came from, is doing exactly what I'm doing today, is helping empower men to become stronger mentally and physically and leading better by example, so we can help change the world and make it a better place. That's it. So remember, when it comes to goals, right? Crystal clarity, right? Be detailed. What are those goals? Why do you want to have those goals? Who do you have to become? Spend some time, focus on this, have fun with it. It might take you an hour to figure all this out. It might take you a week. It might take you a month. But when you really meditate upon it and really trying to answer these questions, sure enough, and I promise you this, once you're in alignment of your goals from a heart place rather than a head place, more opportunities, more doorways are going to start opening up. You can trust me on that one. So hopefully you guys got some value from today's, episode. If you did, definitely let me know. And as always, guys, this has been Coach Joe with the Heartletics Podcast. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts.